Okay, so we're live. So there's that. And I'm going to start sharing my screen here. There we go. Okay, so there were a few references that I found for my topic this week, which was designing, defining, and triggering CSS animations with custom libraries. And it's pretty straightforward. I just simply went over to Google and said, hey, what are some animation libraries? I wanted to get an idea of how to animate some things from custom libraries using CSS. And so I found some good resources, I think 4 websites. And one of these is the top 9 animation library lists in 2017. And so this one specifically is called Animate, and gives some details about it and so on. But if we click on it, we can actually test out the different ones. And we got a wobble, jello. There's a lot of different ones in there. But we can actually download the CSS. And while I'm downloading this, pulling it up, I was noticing that a lot of the different libraries were kind of intermingled. You got some transitions in these as well, which was, I think, another topic. Yeah, because we have transitions, transforms, and animations that we're supposed to be discussing this week. But with this library that I found, it kind of has a lot of different stuff. The one thing, though, with the library is it has every single animation. So it's got the bounce CSS, it's got the pulse CSS.
Nice.
So, I mean, it's got the whole shebang in this. Something like, let me see how many lines. 3,500 lines of code in here. So I'm not sure if that's exactly what anyone would want to mess with, or maybe you just throw it in and just let it sit in the file, or you extract the specific ones you want, because this is like slide down and it's only a few lines. Slide out left, it's only a few lines. So that type of thing.
Actually, way useful.
Yeah, have you played with this at all? Any of these libraries, Q?
So in my 230 class, we messed with them just a tiny bit, but nothing too extensive.
Okay. I'm looking specifically at the animated one, and it's a bunch of code that I don't know exactly what the stuff means. I've written some WebKit stuff in my job, because we covered some stuff that needed to be interactive across the browsers, and that's what I'm thinking all this does, is helps with different functions across the browsers. But
yeah, because your WebKit transform is going to be for like Chrome, the newer browsers, and then you're going to have your standard transform, which is going to be for like Internet Explorer 9, that sort of thing. So that's the way that they have it coded. It's just super simple to push it between different browsers, different support levels.
Okay. So the big thing is, yeah, we got the CSS. Now, how do we get that in our HTML and stuff? How do we reference it? Well, you want to be able to use these classes that it's calling. And so if you're going to make an animated element pulse, then you want to be able to code your HTML like that. So you're having a class that's listed as pulse. But other than that, I mean, it's pretty simple. So that's the animate one. And I think we just got a message as well. Did you see something?
Oh, heard it. Oh, it was you?
Yeah. My wife's grandma's been having this surgery that's like really, really intense and 50-50. So hopefully she
Oh,
comes out and
yeah.
makes
Good.
it.
Good luck. That's really scary.
Yeah, now that we have that in the recording, we'll know. So. Well, Ken, that was the Animate library.
All right. Thank you for that.
There's Bounce library, same type of thing.
Uh-huh.
And it just goes on. I mean, there's just tons of different libraries. And you could go into each option if you really, really wanted to, but for the video, I don't know if we need to.
Yeah, I think we're good, honestly. I mean, I kind of understand it, and I think it's kind of straightforward. It's just basically like calling a class in like Java or something like that.
Yeah. So we've got just the CSS, yeah. And it's all here in the library. You just need to extract what you want to use.
Yep.
So that's pretty much it. That was the first site, and all the other sites are going to be the exact same principle. You just have to choose the library you want to mess with and extract the CSS. So.
All right. Sweet.
So now that we have that in the chat, everyone should have access to it. So when they're watching the video, they can play around with it if they want. So
hopefully they can all pick it up pretty easy, even after missing it, you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't even get any questions from my last presentation.
You honestly, the reason why is because you do a great job explaining things.
Oh, do I go too far?
No, not too far. You go the perfect length.
Okay.
Like don't worry. Like you do great.
Well, I was just open because since I wasn't there, I wasn't sure if people were lost or not. But hopefully, we get everyone on board with submitting this stuff by next Saturday. So really, we only have a week and a half, and then we're done.
Yeah, and then we just have our projects, which we can. I think he still wants us to meet to like go over like problems that we're having in our projects and like work together on it, that sort of thing.
Yeah, well, I hope I don't know, is it our team that we work with for the projects, or does he?
I think we have like a solo project, but I think we can like refer to our teammates for help.
Okay,
that sort of thing. At least that's my understanding.
Yeah. Okay, I see. Well, that should be fun.
Maybe we should show how to refer or how to call to these libraries, how to import them. That's the only thing that I could really think of.
Well, as far as the file goes, I'd almost, if I just wanted the animate function, I'd make sure it's not called anywhere else. Animate flip, animated. I don't even know if that relates exactly, but if it did, no, it doesn't. So if I just wanted to animate, that's it. I could essentially just get rid of everything. At this point, I'll just comment them out, actually. That did not work. Let's see. So they want to delete it. So, and there's 3,000 lines of code. I knew the shortcut for that. It wasn't working because the comments throughout the code.
No worries. I think it's fine. I think honestly, it's if anything, you just can they'll I think in the websites it explains how to import because or just a call to it. I mean, it's super simple, everybody. So if you're watching this, hopefully you will.
Much for the explanation, though. The good explanation. There's just 3,000 lines of code.
Yep, 3,000 lines of code that we're not willing to go through.
There. I mean, now that I've got that, I could almost just take this class and use an element. I don't have HTML pulled up, but I do have another project I'm working on, and imagine I can go right in here to an element and drop a class in. And now this H3 should animate based on our CSS. Now, obviously, I'd have to call. This is a partial for an include page, so don't worry about that. It's just an HTML form for our purposes, but we would call the CSS page just like we normally would. Make sure that we're referencing it, and then we're good. Now that's downloaded style. There's other styles that you might be able to actually call it from online through an href, but for the purpose of this animation library that I'm looking at, pretty sure it's just a file that you download. So it even says here though, cross browser library. So that's cool.
Yeah, makes it nice and easy for backwards compatibility and stuff.
Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, well, Kian, any questions from you? I'm going to end the recording if there's not.
No, I think we're good, man. Thank you so much.
Hey, you bet, man.